Hello Africa, hello everyone out there that always keeps it pitchside. Much appreciated for the time you take out to share this content whenever it comes your way. We at Pitchside endeavor to make sure that we bring you exclusive information and exclusive interviews. Like you all know, we are in Nairobi, Kenya, and we're here for a number of reasons. But guess what? We're also here as special guests. Probably the only Ugandan who's been invited at the exclusive party of Mr. Robbie Lyle, who is of course the Arsenal Fan TV host. He's in Nairobi for a series of activities, and I can tell you the excitement is up there. Why? Because the Arsenal will be in action against Liverpool in one of those Premier League fixtures. But most importantly, beyond looking at the Premier League game or watching it, we're definitely going to be having lots of engagement with, of course, himself, Robbie Lyle, leading it. I need to let you know that as a content creator, it's important for us to get to know how Lyle has been able to make it in this industry. This is someone who rakes in close to 400 million Ugandan shillings a month just from YouTube. And so how is he able to do that? He started this channel in 2012. As a matter of fact, Lyle quit his job as a surveyor to actually go on and pursue this, and look where he is. He's done a fantastic job, and he's moved around the world, all because of the Arsenal Fan TV, arguably one of the biggest fan TV content spaces we have in the world. Now, for this event to happen, a number of very powerful people, I said powerful, in Kenya have put it together. One of those is my senior in the business of sports journalism, who is joining me now, Radull.
Hi Peter, how you doing?
Very powerful and influential.
Powerful, and I didn't even pay him for that comment.
Caro, it's a pleasure to have you on Pitchside, first of all.
Thank you.
And I first of all have to appreciate the kind of job that you people have done to have this event here in Nairobi, Kenya. But for starters, how important is it for the Kenyan fraternity, who actually are big Arsenal fans and who follow Rob Lyle and whatever he does? How important is it for him to be here for them?
I think it's important because what Robbie has managed to do is turn a hobby into a job.
Yes.
And it's almost a dream for everybody around the world to be able to love their job so much and make good money doing it. If there's something Kenya has, it's an employment problem, and if there's something Kenya has, it's many millions of football fans. So Robbie's here, of course, to connect with a lot of Arsenal, not just Arsenal fans, but football fans in general. You'll find fans from all clubs actually watch AFTV because the content is interesting, and of course some of them are just haters, but I think it's so important for Robbie to come and share. We always see other people being interviewed after the game. Not all Kenyans can travel to the Premier League to be interviewed, so Robbie's brought the platform to Kenya.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that I'm from Uganda, and I can tell you for a fact that yes, we have fans who love Arsenal and Chelsea and Man City and all, but there's a special niche in Kenyan food, in the Kenyan social industry, where fans are so passionate, even beyond just supporting clubs. I mean Arsenal, I mean Chelsea, I mean Manchester City. We've had a number of top Premier League ex and current players come here to tap into this market. As someone who's been here, just briefly tell us how has that been possible? How do the fans have all this passion and the fire in the English Premier League?
It's first of all, it's football. Fans in especially Kenya, and I'll talk about Kenya or maybe even Africa, we love our football without a doubt. So the fact that the Premier League themselves have managed to do around the world is market their product. You'll remember in 1991, I don't know if you were born yet, that's when the modern day Premier League was formed, and they made a conscious decision along with Sky Sports and a few other organizations to aggressively sell the Premier League and market it to the world. It didn't necessarily have the best players in the world then, but it had the best marketers behind it. And because of that marketing, they were able to attract in a lot of revenue and a lot of fans around the world, because they also made it accessible here, mostly through Supersport TV, made it accessible to the world. So we got to see the Premier League and fall in love with it. It wasn't necessarily in the 90s the best league in the world, but with the revenue, they were then able to attract the best players in the world. So along with watching the football we love, we get to watch the best players in the world in the modern day Premier League playing in England. So it's almost a natural fit between anyone who loves sport and anyone who loves football to watch the English Premier League. And that in turn is a lesson to all of us that fine, we have our own football, and I follow Kenyan football as well. It's not well packaged, it's not well funded, it's not well followed because we haven't made it a brand. So the lesson is that make your football a brand the way the Premier League has done, and you'll get worldwide following. And by virtue of having players from all over the world, you see the Japanese love it for their reason, the Brazilians love it because their players are there, the French love it because their players are there, the Africans love it because their players are there.
All right, you're a content creator, top on the continent, and so many people look up to you with how you do your content and stuff like that. How important is it for young people out there to realize the importance of content creation? And from your experience, how hard and easy is it?
You know, I didn't start off as a content creator. I just started off as a journalist who loved football. And I hosted a radio show long before Facebook, Twitter, and all these other digital platforms came to be. So I did it the other way around. I covered sport for the love of the game, as I like to say. And then content creation caught up with me. And somewhere along the way, I realized I could actually monetize this. Because if there's anything that digital platforms have done, is give you direct access to an audience. You no longer need traditional radio, TV, or newspapers to reach an audience. You can do it yourself on your digital platform. And somewhere along the way, I realized by virtue of being famous, and I put that in quotes, advertisers would then come to me to reach the audience. And I found myself in a position where people wanted to spend money on my platform, and then somewhere along the way you realize actually you need to almost professionalize it, because early in the day you'd tweet what you want, you post what you want, you do what you want, but later on you realize people are watching, people are admiring what I'm doing, and it is a responsibility. So I've managed to be consistent on social media over the last 15 years, consistent on sport for more than 20 years, and consistent in journalism for 30 years. Don't ask my age.
She's earned it. She's earned it. That's a very good description. Now to the young people out there, what are those 2-3 points that you can tell them on pitch side to actually be like Radull, and also actually push better?
First of all, do it for the passion first. I see a lot of digital content creators nowadays saying, I want to make money. They even DM me and say, I love football and I want to make money on my social media, but I only have 200 fans. Well, if you don't have the passion first, you're never going to grow that fan base, because people who follow you on social media, they're not stupid. They want to follow you because they love the game, you have content they love, not because Radull told you to or something. It's you to find it within yourself to share what you're passionate about. Whether it's sport, whether it's music, whatever it is, be passionate about what you're doing, and you will find it stops being so difficult to create content because you're doing what you love. Look at you. I can tell you love what you're doing right now. Yeah. It's not hard. Well, it's hard work. It's not easy because today you're up at 3 a.m.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah. I was up at 3 a.m. to go.
It's not it's not easy, because at the end of the day it's work. You have to put in the effort. But love what you do first, and you'll find that everything else will follow through. And then be consistent in what you do. If you go to my page, I will consistently give you updates, and then a little bit of banter and a little bit of memes and a little bit of fun and games. So I'll always do that, but it has to be something you do consistently. Don't start and then fall by the wayside, because then you won't be able to survive.
All right, Carol, as we conclude this interview, just 2 things to take home. Kenya hosting CHAN alongside Uganda and Tanzania. What's your take about that, and the Talanta project that is coming up for Kenyan football?
Okay, in East Africa we really need to work hard. In Kenya we have to work even harder, but I've seen the progress in the Talanta Stadium that we're building. The infrastructure in Kenya, as you know, has never been it's always fallen short for international standards. Now we've seen Nyayo and Kasarani being renovated, Talanta Stadium being constructed, should be ready not for CHAN but for AFCON 2027, I believe it is. But we have a lot of work to do behind the scenes, also to change perception of the fans, because we love Premier League. We've been talking about it non-stop, and I wish we could be as passionate for our local football. But it's also, the onus is also on our local football to give us a product we want to watch, because it would be nice to host CHAN and all these other tournaments and have full stadiums as well, and have the media covering it, and have Uganda come to Kenya and Kenya go to Uganda to follow all the matches and what's happening.
Carol, and absolute pleasure. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you, Peter.
For coming through on
And good
Pitchside.
job. I like to see young guys like you
Yeah.
doing this, because at some point I need to hand over to the next generation.
I'm just thinking, how will I handle 1 million followers on X?
It's only 1.1 and only 1.5 on Facebook.
Ooh.
Only.
My goodness. Anyways, my senior Radull coming through on Pitchside to explain to us the importance of the visit of Robbie Lyle here in Kenya. As a matter of fact, we are at the Serena Hotel in Nairobi, and that's where Mr. Robbie Lyle is actually putting up. He'll have a press conference here. We're definitely going to bring you his reaction why he's in Kenya.
When we got the call to come to Kenya, we're coming. Well, I'm excited to meet them. So, you know, the best thing about this, what we do is going out there and meeting the fans. So we're as excited to meet them as they're excited to meet us. So I can't wait. I think the word you just used there is about being consistent, you know. So I always say to people, you know, we started from zero, we started from scratch, but we kept going, we kept doing it consistently. If you do it consistently well, you're going to get good results. So do it consistently well and have patience, you know. There's a lot of people who make content expecting millions of views overnight. It don't work like that. You've got to, you know, commit. You've got to be consistent. You've got to work hard. But if you do that, the results are there. I mean, we're here in Kenya right now. You know, I mean, we started off just, you know, two of us outside the Emirates Stadium in the rain. You know what I mean? So it's just be consistent, work hard, and the results will come.
We are going to bring you more of Robbie Lyle's reactions about being in Nairobi, Kenya. So we're going to catch up with him, and we'll be giving you his reactions from the press conference and a lot more.
It's great to be back in Africa. I'm very passionate about coming to Africa and doing events over here with the fans. For us, we had to come to Kenya. My daughter's name is Kenya. So it's an absolute honor to be here. I'm really excited to engage with the fans over here. I'm still excited to be here and to engage with all the fans. Listen, when you start something, you know, you're ambitious, you're hoping it's going to be big, but you know, some of the things we've done, you know, I have to pinch myself sometimes. A couple of weeks ago, I was at number 10 Downing Street, invited by the Prime Minister to come to an event. He spent about half an hour talking to me about Arsenal and the platform, and you know, he's probably the media company you've built. That's crazy, like, because as you said, it started off, it was just me and a friend of mine who's a camera guy who's just helping out. And you know, I had the idea and was just like, I want to interview fans, because my whole thing was, you never heard from the fans. You always used to hear from like pundits, ex-players, and sometimes you could tell that they hadn't even been to a game. And as a fan that, you know, I've been following Arsenal for so long, you know, I had a season ticket even back in the days when we was at Highbury, and I was like, I want to hear from the real fans, but in video, not just, you know, on radio interviews. So that's why I started the platform. And, you know, over the years, you know, it's just grown and grown to, you know, it's 2 people then. Now we've got a team of like, it's 25 plus permanent people. We've got studios in London, a studio for AFTV, a studio for DR Sports, which is the other channel, which is all football. We work with so many different creators, and you know, we're a full-fledged media company now, and we're looking to expand as well. We're looking to expand into other countries and just make it bigger and bigger. I'm having some great conversations at the moment with TikTok, with YouTube. So yeah, I mean, it's incredible, and I'm looking forward to that creators workshop, because my message to everybody, and I know what you said earlier about people using the internet over there and the usage of it. My message to everybody is always like, if I can do it, so can you. There's nothing super special about me. It's just that, you know, I have a vision, and I'll carry it through. If whatever it takes, I'll put the work in. So if there's somebody in Kenya who's willing to do that, they can achieve the same as well. I truly believe that. So I feel like I'm a living example of that, and I want to, especially with the youngsters now, they have an opportunity to create their own platform to create their own business, and to, you know, because I know people in Africa and around the world, they don't want people, you know, handouts and that. They want to create their own thing and build their own thing, and you can build something serious wherever you are in the world. That's what the internet has done. So worldwide. That's why we're here, and not just, you know, got a following in London. So I'm very passionate about it. I'm looking forward to that creators workshop on Monday. I've seen in Uganda when they're doing the prayers. I'm like, I love that, man. I need to be part of those prayers, man, for next season. You know what I mean? So I'd love to go to Uganda. And on your second question, you said it there, consistency. You have to be consistent when you're making content. You know, this is not a thing where, you know, you've got some people, they're chasing the viral video, like, go viral. Right? And if they don't go viral, then they don't do nothing for a week, then they come back and you've got to be there day in, day out, making content. You've got to dedicate yourself to it. You've got to make sure you do it well. If you do it well, you do it consistently, you're going to get good results. It's as simple as that.
I want to shout out to 3T Sports Center, who are our partners here in Nairobi. If you are looking out for quality, authentic sportswear, please go to 3T Sports Center, which is located in Bukoto, Kampala. But also, the telephone number is just right down there. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the content. So keep it beachside, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.